What is going on, guys? My name is Aldo here at Zero to Mastery, and I am excited because today we are talking all about GitHub. What is GitHub? Why is GitHub important? And how can we optimize our GitHub profile to impress employers? All of that and more. Let's go. And before getting started, guys, I do want to mention if at any point in the video you want to skip to a certain part, there should be timestamps down below in the description for you, so you can just skip to that part you want to start from. But besides that, let's get going. So let's start by answering the age-old question. Maybe not so age-old, but hey, we'll answer this question first. What is GitHub? GitHub is a hosting platform, often referred to as a cloud, that lets developers manage and track their source code and its progression over time using a version control system. Now, I know that can seem daunting, especially if this is your first time hearing about it, so we're going to break it down a little bit more. So, out of all the big words I just threw at you, let's start by talking about source code first. What is source code? At its most simplest terms, source code is just a bunch of files and folders. Now, I know some people in the comment section might be like, Aldo, there's more to that than just files and folders. But at its bare bones, it's files and folders with code in them. And as a developer, you're going to be making a ton of these files and folders with code in them. And if you're working on a team, on a large project, you'll have thousands of them. So you can see how things can get a little hairy and messy. So that is exactly when a version control system comes into play. So what's version control then? Version control is really just a software tool that helps developers manage and track their code over time. And as projects grow, it becomes more and more essential. At big tech companies like the FAANG companies, it is vital. There is no way that they can do what they do without a version control system. There needs to be a way for the code to be managed and tracked, and that is exactly what it does. So you're probably asking yourself, I understand what source code is, and I understand what version control is, but where does GitHub come into this picture? Now, GitHub, all it is a nice user interface that works directly with a version control system. In this case, Git. Now, GitHub, it gives us much more functionality than just being able to see what the version control system is doing. But at its most simple terms, it's really just a nice UI where we can see the changes that were made to our code. We can collaborate with other developers on different projects. Again, much more functionality, but for this video, that is really all you need to know. Another thing I want to mention is that with GitHub, if you have code on your computer and your computer just goes on fire, turns into a fireball, it gives us the ability to host the code to the cloud. So that is exactly why it's so relevant and important these days, because with technology can always get ruined. And you need to have that code or the work that you've done backed up somewhere. And that's what GitHub excels at. So now that we have a solid foundation on GitHub and source code and version control and all of these different topics, let's actually get into how we can optimize GitHub, how we can use GitHub to our advantage. All right, so now let's get into the fun stuff. So the first thing you want to do is go to your preferred browser and look up github.com. And once you get there, you should see this home screen, which is very, very well done. It is very intriguing and aesthetic on the eye. I do have a GitHub account, but I'll go ahead and make a dummy account just so you guys can follow along completely. We're going to hit sign up. And then, wow, just the animations are next level here. We're going to go ahead and put in an email. Once your email is in, we are going to, oh, why is it? There's a password already. All right, and we will go ahead and put a password in. Oh, this is my other account, my real account. And then you're going to enter a username. And would you like to receive product updates? Nope, not right now. And it looks like they're going to ask us to solve a puzzle. Pick the spiral galaxy. So I think it's this one. Next one, let's see, and that one there. I like the whole space theme that they got going on. It's really nice. Big fan, big fan. And then you're going to hit create account. Okay, so it looks like they're asking for a code that was sent to my email. So I'm going to do this real quick, and I will be right back once we're all set. So I have entered in my code that was sent to my email, and this is the screen that you should be on now. It's asking how many team members will I be working with. For now, I'm just going to put just me. And it looks like if you were to click these different options, they'll tailor make the home layout a little bit different. But again, it should work all in the same. It's still the same GitHub. And then the next question is, are you a student or a teacher? I am going to hit teacher for my self-esteem, guys. Student at heart always, though. You never stop learning. So what specific features are you interested in using? For now, we're just going to overpass this and ignore it for now, but you can always adjust that in the settings. And then it looks like they're now offering either the free version or you can have additional teacher benefits. You can just ignore that and go for the free. Wow, look at this galaxy. This is intriguing. This is actually next level. I'm actually very impressed, GitHub. All right, so now that you are all signed up, you should be prompted on a screen like this. This is just the standard GitHub home screen. Again, today's focus is really just making a nice aesthetic README page. If you guys would like a full in-depth GitHub tutorial, then let me know in the comment section below. I would be happy to make that. But again, right now our focus is just to make an aesthetic README page and profile page. So let's go over here and click on the icon, and then you're going to go to your profile. Once you're there, the first thing you want to do is change this icon to a picture of you, ideally. The best kind of picture is a headshot or shoulders in up, and nothing crazy, you know, just something where it looks clear and it's you. It's just much more professional when you have a picture of yourself up there. So we will add a picture of me. Upload a photo, desktop. Here we go. Let's go here. And okay, this isn't the exact picture that I was referring to, because this is definitely not a headshot or shoulders up, but this is the quickest one that I have available to me. So I will pick this one. Don't do as I do, do as I say, right? Is that what they say? And then once that's all set, you're just going to go down here. Oh, actually beforehand, we want to update this. So you can put your name here. Go ahead and put mine. You can put a quick bio of yourself. I am a front-end developer with an ambition to continue learning. Beautiful. So now, obviously I just wrote that, but you guys can think about that a little bit more. You can put a URL there. So if you have a portfolio that you want to show off, or you can put your LinkedIn there. You can put in your Twitter username. If you have a company if you already have a job and you want to put your company that you work for, you can put that in there, and you can put your location. I'll put New York City. Best city in the world? Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to have a full outrage in the comment section for the New York City haters, I guess. All right, and then we can hit update profile. And once that's set, we'll go back to our profile page. And now you see you have a nice picture of yourself with what we edited. So we have our full name here, a little bio, and your location or your home base, you can say. And that part is already set. Obviously for the bio, you probably want to put a little bit more time, make it nice and neat, but it doesn't have to be 2 paragraphs long. It could really just be 1, 2, maybe 3 sentences, kind of describing what you do, who you are, and that is stellar. So now that we have customized our little profile here, we have our profile picture, we have a little bio, our location, all of that, we are going to create our README, which is the main meat and potatoes of this. So let's go ahead and click the little arrow on the right-hand side here, and you're going to click New Repository. Once you do that, you're going to go to your repository name and exactly put what you named or what your account username is. So in my case, it's Aldo Pagani 2. So we'll go ahead and do that. And once you put that in, you're going to see that it's actually going to prompt you saying that this is a special repository. You can add it. You can add a readme.md to your GitHub profile. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to add a README file, and then we are going to create the repository. All right, and perfect. Now, if you go to your profile, you will see that now you have that hi there. So it's obviously not how we want it to look, but now we have our README in our profile page. And now we get to the fun stuff. Now we get to customize it to our liking and make it recruiter and employer friendly. So for that, we're going to go to our browser and click a new tab, and you're going to look up profileme.dev. I do already have it open just for simplicity's sake, but it's profileme.dev. Once you're here, this is just a platform, a free platform that allows us to customize our READMEs and make it nice and special. Look at all these icons. Now from here, all we're going to want to do is hit create profile, and we are going to be prompted to this. This is on the left-hand side, this is where we're going to input how we want it to look. And on the right-hand side, you're going to see all of our markdown. Our markdown is what goes inside of the readme.md file. If you didn't know, MD stands for markdown. So we're going to copy and paste all of this into that README, and it's going to look the way we want it to because of this little application. So let's start. You're going to want to put your name here. I'll go Aldo Pagani. And this is a waving hand animation. We'll go yes. And I will go front end developer. Obviously, whatever title that you guys have, go ahead and put that here. Then we have our long description. Doesn't have to be that long. It could be 1 or 2 sentences. So let's go. I am a front end developer who loves React. Now, obviously, you guys probably want to think about this just a little bit more than the amount of thought that I've put into it. Right now, this is just a quick example, so not doing too much to it. But yeah, give it some thought, and 1 or 2 lines doesn't have to be crazy. And then you can put I am based in, and I'll go ahead and do New York City. And then we can even link our portfolio here, guys. So this is pretty cool. If you have a portfolio already set, which is something that you should, a portfolio is essential, especially if you're a self-taught developer or someone that didn't go to school for computer science. This is ideal. You need to have a portfolio because it's proof of what you know and what you've done. So we'll talk about that in a whole nother video. But if you do have your portfolio already, make sure to link it over here. And then we can do a contact me at. I'll put my email here, just giving the recruiters or the, honestly, or different people that want to collaborate with you, maybe work on a project with you, have accessibility to be able to contact you quickly. So that is great. I'm currently working on, let's go, a recipe app. And if it is a live site, you can go ahead and add the link there. I don't have a live site for this now, so I'm not going to be putting that in there. Now, again, if you see, it's not popping up on the right-hand side, and that is because I'm not putting in a link. So if I go, let's go ztm.com, you can see now we have a see my portfolio at ztm.com. Let's see if I put recipe app, look at that. So now once you put that link in there, it'll actually prompt on the right-hand side. So make sure that if you're trying to put these little quick sections in there, you actually have to have a live site or some link to attach it to. And then the next one is I'm currently learning Angular. And then I'm open to collaborating on projects. All right, and it says I'm secretly Spider-Man, but don't tell anyone. Well, little do they know I am Batman. So I am Batman, and I will go tell everyone. I want everyone to know that I am Batman. All caps there on those first letters. And then following that, we're going to hit next section. And as you see on the right-hand side, all of the things that we have inputted are showing. And now we're going to be able to add our skills. In my case, I will do a quick one. I will put JavaScript, TypeScript. We'll go ahead and add the React front-end framework. Backend and database, I'll just put MongoDB, Firebase as well. You have some others here. It looks like they have some design. icons here. So I'll go ahead and put Figma, and then you have some Web3 as well that you can put on there. And then we'll go ahead and click the next section. And by the way, with those icons, that is getting all put down here under the skills. And it actually aligns it for you, so you don't have to do anything. It puts the icon in, it aligns it for you. You see the little A tags that we have here, the link tags, with the actual reference to the icon. So everything's all set here. It gives you the exact width and height. It does everything for you. It's a great little application. And then here we have our socials. So you can add Twitter profile, you can add a Medium profile, a Dev2, LinkedIn, a whole bunch of different stuff. I think Stack Overview, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, all of these different options for you. For time's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and add what I need to. And you'll see why I'm putting in the GitHub profile here in a second. The one thing I would recommend is, or the one thing I strongly recommend is putting the exact username of your GitHub. And I'll show you why we're doing that in a second. But you can go ahead and add your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your YouTube. We'll go 0 to mastery. And if you go down here to your socials, you can see it's getting applied just like the skills did. Beautiful. It all looks great. But I'll go ahead and skip most of this for now. Again, if you guys have all these different profiles that you want to show, make sure to put it on there. Then we're going to hit the next section. All right. And the reason I put my GitHub profile in there is because I want to show you this where we can actually add graphs and add a streak chart. We can add our top languages, stat cards. There's so many options with this little application here. But we need to connect our GitHub to it. That's the only way it's actually going to be able to track all of the information for the data. So if you didn't, like if I go back and take this off and go to the next section, it's going to tell me to add my GitHub profile. So that's why we did that. Once we're here, we are going to, I will say yes to all of this. It looks like it's already set for me, but stat cards, I want all the stat cards that will include stars, PRs, contributions, commits, issues, private commits, commit streak, and that'll just count the amount of commits that you've, or not the amount of commits. It'll count the amount of days that you've committed in a row. Commit graph. This will show an actual chart of your commit pattern. It'll also show your top languages. This will look through your repositories and see which languages are the most popular out of the ones that you have. You can even put top repositories, follower count, all of these different options here. I think this is good for now. And if you go down here to my GitHub stats, that's where you're getting all of this information. That's where it's getting applied in the markdown, may I say. And then we're going to go ahead and hit next section. And it looks like you can buy the creator of this site a coffee. Probably not a bad idea. They probably did a lot of work to get this thing running. But all right, so once we are here, we are pretty much done. So we are going to go ahead and hit copy. Success, code copied. Beautiful. Then you're going to go back to your GitHub profile. And from here, you're going to click on that README file. We're going to hit on the edit, the little pencil on the right-hand corner. You can click on that. And then this is how it's normally set up with GitHub. Right now it's commented out, but regardless, what we want to do is absolutely wipe all of it out. So just delete everything. And then we're going to copy and paste all of the code, all of the markdown code from the profileme.dev application. And that all looks good. And we're just going to overlook, make sure everything is fine. And it does. And then once we're all set here, once you have that copied, you're going to commit the changes. And now look at this. Look at this beauty. We have a waving hand. Hey, my name is Aldo, front-end developer. Tells you some of this information here. Tells you my skills, your different socials. Obviously, it looks a little bare bone because I didn't put all of the different skills and all of the different socials for time's sake. But you guys can go ahead and do that, and it's going to look real nice. And then this is the GitHub stats I was telling you about. You have all of your commits. Right now, we only have one. You have a streak. Right now, again, just one. We just created our account, total contributions. And then you also have your commit graph. So as you constantly commit and make these contributions to GitHub on open source projects and just commits on your projects, it's going to affect this chart and it's going to just make it look so beautiful and nice. And then when an employer or a recruiter comes on the GitHub, they're going to be able to see a very professional looking page, a very professional looking README. So right now, again, top languages is empty because we haven't had any repository besides this README. But as you start working through, it'll come together, guys. Now, if we want to see it on our profile, all we have to do is click on the little icon on the right-hand side and go to your profile. And look at that. Alrighty, guys, and that is it for today. I hope this video was helpful and insightful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys next time.